So my last video I did, which was yesterday, I want to say thank you so much for everyone who actually commented on that video, because it actually has given me really good insight of probably what's likely to happen. And everyone that said that I have no idea what I'm talking about, let me share with you what I'm actually seeing right now. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, let's get straight into it. I'm actually running a flash sale, just $7 traders to my breakthrough trading course. If you need the help, $7 guys, and you can get access to that today. Very first link in the description. Go get access for $7 only. And if you're not happy, I'm happy to refund you anyway. You can keep the course as a way of saying thank you for trying it out. So it's not about the money. It's me about helping you out there. Let's actually get straight into the update today, because yesterday I did a video, okay? So I did a video yesterday and I talked about where the overall market is going right now and what is happening. And it is so interesting, because the really interesting, let's actually talk about this here, right? So let's actually go Wall Street. There we go. Let me just do this here. Wall Street cheat sheet. And let me bring this up here. And I want to bring this Wall Street cheat sheet up, because I think it has, or I know that it has, a lot of validity of where we are right now in the markets. And let's actually do this here, okay? I'm trying to, where are we? All right, so I'm trying to, where are we here? All right, cool. All right, so I'm just trying to, let me just bring this up here, all right? So, Wall Street cheat sheet, all right, here we go. So here's the Wall Street cheat sheet. And the interesting thing about the herd mentality is this, and this is where it's actually really difficult for most people to be good investors, because of this one reason. And that is when the herd mentality is saying something, when everyone is screaming to the moon, right? When everyone is screaming crash, it's very hard for the follower or those who don't understand the markets to disagree or go against what the herd mentality is saying. So, jeez, I have a heart attack, right? So anyway, so I look at this here, right? So the reason why I say that is because in my last few videos I've done, especially the one that I did yesterday, I was talking about how the market right now, I was talking about these channels, right? So I'm not going to get into it today because I talked about it yesterday, but I talked about this channel here, and I said that we're probably on the S&P 500, we're probably got a good chance of getting up towards the 5,000 level. That's always been my conservative target for the whole year. Ever since the start of the year, it's always been 5,000. And I said we could even start to move back up towards maybe even 5,400 by the end of this year. And people went nuts. Oh my goodness, John, are you serious? The market's going to crash. The market's going to do this. You know, let me actually just bring up here, and I'm going to, on my last video, I'm just reading from my video here, but my last video said that basically, you know, it's a bull trap, crashes around the corner. Someone said the sure is as well too. I said, I think you're in a world of disappointment. All conditions have been met for bubbles topping, and et cetera, right? So I had a lot of people screaming the top, right? So the thing that I really want you to understand, I'm trying to sort of help you out here as well too, okay? And once again, this goes back to why most people are really bad investors, because the herd mentality, the market does this, okay? The herd mentality is always wrong in the market, always wrong. Because the thing is like the market, guess what? Most people lose money in the markets, right? And the reason why is because there's a herd mentality. And if everyone is like right now, what are we hearing? Are we hearing, you know, you've got to be in the stock market, you know, it's going like crazy, you know, you're going to miss out on the greatest boom in history, you know, you've just got to be in, you got to go, right? Go tell everyone. And are we hearing that in the stock market right now? Or are we hearing, oh, the top is in It's a massive bubble. They're going to start the taper. The taper's going to crash, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right? And so right now we are hearing so much of the of what's happening in China. And China, the China default, and that's going to cause the market to crash. Right? And so it's really, really, really important, traders, is that on a fundamental level, and that's why I said thank you so much for you guys that actually commented on my video yesterday, because most of you guys were pretty bearish. So I'm just like, I'm so happy being long this market right now. So thank you guys. I know I got a few dislikes from that one, but that's okay. I didn't really care. But the thing is, guys, is that a lot of people are still in this whole, the market's going to crash, the market's going to do this, right? And all that sort of stuff. And so that's when most people are doing that, that's not tops of market, right? That atmosphere, that talking is not top of market. That's more like middle of the market, right? Or it could be even at the bottom of the market. The noise, the herd mentality. If you remember, like what's happening with cryptocurrencies right now, right? They're back to the herd mentality of what they were back when Bitcoin was at, when Bitcoin was at 17,000, or sorry, 20,000 in 2017, right? Actually, it's not quite there yet in Bitcoin because it has actually had a big move up. We're not getting there yet, but we are starting to get the herd mentality, like, oh my goodness, crypto. Everything's crypto mad right now, right? But if you remember back in 2017 when Bitcoin was just gone from like, what's that, 10,000 up to 60,000 in 6 months, it just went from it was at 1,000 up to 20,000 in a year or two. And everyone was on the bandwagon, right? That's the herd mentality. That's what you're going to hear when, guess what? When we're at the top of the market, or we're at the top of that, at least at that point in time. Right now, we are just getting so much like, we're not even, like right now in the market, we're not even getting belief or thrill. Right? We're not even getting this. And it's so amazing to see how high the stock market is and how we're still getting like, we're getting like disbelief. Still getting a lot of disbelief. And let me go over here. So yeah, disbelief, not depression, but disbelief. Like this is a disbelief rally. So we're probably through here somewhere, right? Maybe here through disbelief or maybe hope. But we're not at the top of the markets right now. It's like so many, like that's obviously on a fundamental level. When I hear most people like, oh my goodness, stock market's up, record for the last 3 months in a row, biggest bubble in history, right? All that sort of stuff. Remember, traders, the herd mentality is always wrong. So thank you so much for saying I was wrong in the last video. It gives me so much confidence being involved with these markets now, especially my longer term buy and hold. So thank you guys. Thank you. Right? But also, guess what? What's happening is that, remember guys, what's actually pushing this market around, right? It's the QE, it's the 0% interest rates. They haven't even started tapping on it. Yes, we can get our pullbacks and corrections, but tops of markets, no, we're not there yet. All right, we're not even here. We're not even thrill or belief. Like, yes, we should be in. Here we go. Right, we're not there yet. So once again, traders, that's what I'm looking at there. But also on a technical level, and I just can't believe some people just they hear the word, the trend is your friend until the end. They hear that. Oh yeah, I've heard that before. Then yet the market's making a new high, but yet the market's going to crash. Like, hang on a minute. That doesn't make sense. That does not make sense to me, right? The market is not in crash territory right now. We may get pullbacks, yes, but not crash territory. And as the market's making an all-time new high, everyone's calling the biggest bubble in history, right? And one of the concerns is that, John, what happens when they start tapering? It's not, they're slowly tapering. It's not like they're slamming on the brakes, right? It's not like they're going from 120 down to 10 or completely removing the punch bowl straight away, right? It's not like they're doing that plus raising interest rates, right? With that'll start to create a taper tantrum. But what are they doing? If they do anything this month, what are they going to do? They're going to do what? 120 QE. Oh, you know what? We're going to slowly take the pedal off. We're not going to touch interest rates because that's, but you know what? We're going to reduce it down to 105 billion. Like, come on, guys. That's like what? 10%, 15%, was 13% or whatever it is. I'll reduce. It's not that much, right? They're slowly taking the pedal off. It's not like they're yanking it and suddenly the market's like, oh crap, right? Now, yes, if they jerked it down really quickly from like 120 down to 50 or 150 down to 0 and then started jacking up interest rates in the same go, now we're like, okay, now the fundamentals behind these markets are changing. But right now, traders, please listen to me, right? I've been bullish this market this whole year. You guys know that, right? I've actually had this entire, if you've been following me for the entire year, you would know. I even did a video 3 months ago saying that we're on our way to at least 5,000 on the S&P 500. That's where I believe we're going to end. And we're almost at there. So please traders, with the noise that's happening right now, market's going to crash. That's not tops of market noises, right? No, it's not like that, right? The economy doesn't equal what's happening in the markets right now. The economy could be going to shatter, but then you've got all this Fed policy and liquidity on the sidelines and 3.5 trillion of dry powder, and also there's money from like Europe and all this sort of places coming into the markets. No, we're not at the top of the markets right now. And I just see some people, even people that have been doing this thing for like 40 years, and they're trying to short the markets. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you trying to short? It just doesn't make sense to me. Anyway, traders, the reason why I say that is because I've been here, and in the market right now is making a new high, and we're pushing up high. Yes, we may get down days tomorrow and all that sort of stuff, but we're not at the top of the markets yet. We just made an all-time new high. So the trend is your friend until the end. And you trying to pick a top right now in the markets when the market's in a massive bull market and it's just made a new high, that's your ego talking. Throw your ego out the window, because it will do you really, 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 really not good. And in that trading course for $7 that I'm doing right now, link in the description there, or go to johns.com, you'll be able to see actually the very first 1 or 2 videos. I talk a lot about your ego and what goes into a good trader. And this is the thing, right? Is like, and this is the reason why so many people, like even Harry Dent, right? He's just, everyone's been saying that, you know, biggest bubble in history this entire year, right? Market was at the top. Oh, the top 10, the market's going to crash. New high. Oh, the top 10, the market's going to crash. New high. Oh, the top 10, the market's going to crash. Oh, new high. Top 10, market's going to crash. New high. Top 10, market's going to crash. New high. Top 10, market's going to crash. And then we make another new high. Oh, top 10, market's going to crash. And then we do that on now. And I know people that are short this market right now. And I keep saying, I'm like, you are going to get killed right now. You're going to get killed. Technically, we're in a bull market. Right now. Secondly, the foundations that's keeping this market up haven't changed, and so therefore the liquidity on the sidelines alone, and then we've got buybacks, and we've got 0% interest rates, and we've got QE, and we've got money on the sidelines of coming from like Europe and so on and so forth, because they've got negative interest rates. They're flying over here over America to try and get it. We are in the biggest bubble of history, but it's only just getting started. So the trend is your friend until the end, my friend.